Happy Friday. It's hashtag Fun Friday here at Red Mike Messages, and I'm glad you're here. Red Mike Messages, it's nothing without you, and I appreciate you every day. Thanks for being here. Today's Red Mike message, Cedar Fever, or how Central Texas is trying to kill me. And I hope I don't get in trouble with Facebook or YouTube for using the KILL words. This is completely tongue-in-cheek, so if you try to knock me down a peg or two for using the K word. Well, again, welcome back. Now, to be fair, okay, cedar fever happens every winter. And people will say, well, we don't really have winter in Central Texas. That's not entirely true. We do have winter, we just get it in spurts, like starting tomorrow, where there's a chance of freezing rain across most of Texas. And now Central Texas are flooding HEB, Sprouts, and Trader Joe's like they are gearing up for Snowmageddon 3. Milk, mostly gone. Bread, same thing. Eggs, forget about it. Candles, soup, things you didn't know you needed, gone. I winterized a couple weeks ago. It's all good. I'm not going to say it's panic, but it is institutional memory because every few years, ice shows up, power gets weird, and Texans collectively say, not today, Satan, and they start loading carts like we're provisioning a wagon train or for a sequel to The Walking Dead. And the thing that's funny about all of this is we talk about, hardening the grid and all of this other stuff, and they don't do it. Why do we have these problems in Texas? I mean, we get ice ever so often. Up north, they get it every year and they still have power. They still have heat. They still have water. I don't get it. Yes, it only happens ever so often, but you still got to protect your users, right? Anyway, so now all of this snowmageddon stuff, of course, is happening while cedar fever is already trying to end us. Every December, the trees wake up and they choose violence. Microscopic yellow bombs, basically, that float through the air like it owns the place. They get into your car, your house, your sinuses, and a little bit of your soul. Now, during COVID, this got really complicated because public appearances turned into a whole new experience. You'd show up with your head completely clogged, eyes watering. In fact, my left eye has been watering for 3 or 4 weeks, and I just dab at it and keep moving. But during COVID, it was really tough because everybody's giving you that look, the accusatory stare, like, why are you here breathing near me kind of thing. And you'd have to reassure everybody, no, it's not COVID. I don't have a fever. I'm not sick. It's just allergies. And it's a terrible thing to say while you're sounding like you are actively losing a fight with your immune system. And speaking of sounding rough, I already have a low voice, but cedar fever, when it's really kicking my tail, it drops me into full Lou Rawls territory. And I start sounding like this and without the sexy undertone. It's just, hey, baby, I'm Lou Rawls, right? And it's not the smooth studio Lou Rawls. It's the I've been yelling at cedar trees from the porch at 3 a.m. Lou Rawls. It's the Lou Rawls on 4 packs of cigarettes a day. And people will hear me and they go, man, that guy sounds tired and worn out. No, I'm just allergic, seasonally, aggressively. And that's winter in Central Texas. A little ice, a lot of pollen, grocery stores cleared out like a natural disaster movie, and a population explaining yet again that we're not sick, we're just local. And that's today's Red Mike message. But speaking of local, if you need a realtor, Ken Monceau, he's a good guy. I've known Ken for 20 years or so, and he helped us sell our last house, and great guy, former scout leader. If you run into Ken, tell him you heard about him on the Red Mic and throw some business his way. He'll do you right. I trust him completely. I hope that y'all are all going to be safe this weekend. Fill up a bathtub. If you lose water, that way you can flush. Make sure all your pipes are covered. If you lose power, try to figure out some way to crank the heat any way you can to make sure your pipes don't freeze, because that's the deadly combination. You lose water, so you can't do the drip, drip, drip thing on your pipes. And then you lose heat, so you can't even crank it up and have the ambient heat in the room try to keep the pipes from freezing. We will get through this. We always do. But be safe. Try to charge your devices well in advance. That way, if you do lose power, and then only use them for emergencies. Stay safe. Look out for your neighbors. If you've got neighbors that you know are socked in and maybe they don't have family or whatever it is, help them out. Be a good neighbor. We're all in this together, right? I'll see you again Monday. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. And until next time, I will be drinking the coffee, but until next time, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you guys.